I've taken two 12mm bolts out of this, I think it's the water thermostat inlet off of the cylinder head, and I've tried to get this off but I can't get that off. So there's two bolts. I've just loosened it, so that means I can get that off. Now I'm going to take the three last bolts out of here, and I also disconnected this pipe from this water inlet unit. Okay, so behind here there's two brackets that hold this on, and they were held by, at the top, only two 14mm bolts. Below this there is some sort of cylindrical canister, and I've taken off this hose here off the end, and this hose seems to connect to up here, to the right hand one, and then there seems to be something else on it, but I don't know what that does or how it comes off. Let me just clear that. A bit oily. Okay, I did get it out. So it was this one here, went on there, and then a big amount of air just released. So now I don't know if this pops out now. I've got to figure out how this comes out. Don't know if there's anything else attached to it. I don't know what this is. Look at that, caked in oil. No idea what that is, but it needs a clean. And there is said item just wiped down a little bit. It's got two connections at the top, which is what I took out, and I don't know what it is. Go there next to my pile of stuff. Okay, so I'm gonna try and describe it. So there's a bracket there, and right in the middle next to that little black thing is a bolt. Then there's another bolt in the bracket, and then there's there, and then I should be able to get that bracket off, and then that means I can get the air intake thing off then. So this bit's tricky. And here is the sequence. I have to remove the cylinder head bolts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. From the air intake thing, I've removed two bolts and the nut. This came off of the bracket. Now I've removed the air intake thing, and I've got one 10mm bolt here that's keeping this bracket connected to it, I believe, so we'll remove that. Oh, it was loose. So hopefully this sort of weird cylindrical bracket, oh shit, I dropped it. It's safe, it's safe. A special magnet. There you go, saved. Oh yeah, some new stuff. Check these balls out, they're magnetic. Right, so here's my bolts for the cylinder head. How good's that? Okay, so that bracket is now free. Now I've got to be careful because there are two pipes here connected to it. Now the top pipe is loose, well, sorry, the middle pipe's loose. This top pipe just connects to this one here, so let's take him off here. If it comes, no, he doesn't come off. I've got to get my pliers and loosen him up. Okay, I loosened him. Pop. There you go. Right, and then now that's loose, finally. I'll put that down there. And this one, if I can get him off. Okay. Like that. Belongs to the bar that I took off like really like ages ago. So this one here. So remember, it's off of the straight one. Yeah. Man, am I going to remember all this? I have no idea. Finally, I've got this thing off. And I'll put that down. So now that I've got my intake off, I'm pretty much ready to undo these two cogs. And then take the cylinder head off, if I can. Okay, so this is getting slacker and slacker. I'm just wondering if I can just take him off. I'm changing it anyway. Okay, so I slid it off the top two cocks because I undid this tensioner thing. I think it's a tensioner. Or it's a pulley of some form that spins. There, underneath the two cogs. So I've undone this nut. Take the nut out. And there's that bolt with one big ass washer. Now let's see if I can, if this pulls off. Ouch! And yes it does. Now notice there's a little thing which must go over that little thing to keep it in sync. Also to note that the S must be facing outwards, and that dot there is the timing mark. Just remove the tensioner pulley from below that with the little spring which is part of it to create the tension. And I put the nut back in. This one was very tricky to get to, but I managed to get it out with force of wood. Two pairs of adjustables and a spanner. Anyway, that's the bolt of the exhaust plug. I'd be interested to see if there's any difference between the plugs. That I'd like to know. Let's take that off. Cog should come off. There's a lot of oil on these cogs, so you see the oil there? Right, now is there a difference in size to these two cogs, or are they identical? Let's have a look. This one's got a lot of oil on it. Well, they are identical in every way, but I'll remember that the left one is the intake and the right one is the exhaust. There's the tensioner pulley. Now I've got to undo this one, and there's a third one over here, so we'll just undo those three for the moment. Okay, so there was actually 5 bolts, right? So it's there's 1, 2, 3, and then there was one under here, 4, and then there was a longer one holding these two cam belt covers together. So there are the 5 with the longer one. This the back of the cam belt cover comes off. Now you can see, look at the oil at the bottom there. I think that it was leaking, spinning the oil and coming down here. Maybe the pulley was, something was leaking anyway. That's for sure. Now it's time to take the cylinder head off. Now it's time to take 10 cylinder head bolts out, and I have to do them in the correct order. Okay, so I've just undone 1, now I've got to undo 2, and then 3, and then 4, and then 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Here we go. I've loosened them all up twice. Let's have a look at a bolt. And there you go. That is a cylinder head bolt. It's pretty dry. Okay, so I got the second bolt out, number 2, and it's in a much better condition than number 1. So I wonder why that is. Using my special magnet, I've also seen that there are washers that belong with each bolt. All 10 bolts are out. All 10. Now, this is loose, so I should be able to give it a wiggle. Give it a wiggle. It's not coming up yet, I don't know why. Okay, I think I've got a bolt here. It's just the last bolt that's just stopping me lifting it up. Loose. There you go, now I'm going to get that off. This is the moment of truth. So here we go. Heavy. Okay. Whew. So let's have a look at the pistons. They actually look pretty good, man. Yeah, there's carbon build-up on them. Tubes are fine. There was oil. Yes, I've done it. There was oil leaking. I was correct that I think the valve seals were gone. There was 100% oil leaking into the pistons, which means the valve seals, so I was correct. Now, let's check this head gasket out. That just peels up. Okay. It feels, I don't know why, but it feels like really wet. But I don't know what is normal. I don't think it's looking that good. So there's the surface of the cylinder head. So what have they done? They've put something on it, obviously, so that all needs cleaning off. What is that they've put on there then? A bit of cardboard there, I think. So I wonder what that is they've put there. But there was oil in the pistons, so I think that's pretty much confirmed it. So I've given it a bit of a clean, but there does seem to be this weird stuff on the surface, but it can be scraped off. But the pistons seem good, so that's a good thing. I'm happy about that. So here's the cylinder head off. So let's look at the underside. So here are the valves. There. And we're going to clean all them up. We're going to take the valves out, put the new valve stem seals on. And that's it for this evening.